Hello, Earthlings. It's time to reset your cultural dial. Coming your way next on your favorite device, from the Hoosier State to all the ships at sea, it's the Crawfordsville Peachcast. And now, here's your second or third favorite Dave from Indiana, Dave Peach. Warning, other people named Dave may also appear.
Thanks, CD. I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Dave, it's another mixed bag episode of the Crawfordsville Peachcast.
Dave, I think I speak for many people, some of which I know, in saying I've been waiting for this moment, and I hope others will join us in the positivity of whatever we're about to talk about, Dave.
Well, you know, a lot of people have been following my connection to national sports announcers.
That's good. Well, it's a long time, Dave. You've been connected for a very long time to a lot of broadcasters.
We have talked about the Drew Brees.
Yes.
And the Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Well, I have affected another national broadcaster, and I have to issue an apology, and I'm going to kind of go through the story and see what happened. I don't know if I need to
public mea culpa thing, Dave. Here,
I don't know if I need to formally apologize in a letter or some sort of. I can't think of anything fancy to say in that regard.
We'll bring in
I kind of got a
the
cold.
station attorney Curtis. Will have. Input.
I don't think. No. This is at Butler. So no, we're not going to call any attorneys. I mean, it's not that. But the other night, I was doing public address at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Which let me ask the question, Dave. How many, let's say, when did you first start doing this in a consecutive way?
Well, I took a break, but I started in 1986. I was out for 3 years from 4 to 7. I've got a little cold, so I'm not going to worry about my voice going up and down. So I've done it 37 years. You've asked me this all. You asked me this all the time.
I know, Dave, but yeah. For me, Dave, I
37 stinking years.
No, you are an institution at Butler University and in Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what I want to get to. Okay, you continue to do this.
I know, Dave,
I appreciate that. As
too much love, Big Dave can't handle too much love.
And let's see, we met at Butler University, so it's kind of a Steely Dan vibe. You know, they met at Bard College. We met at Butler.
Yes.
And I don't know if Donald and Walter got married and were in each other's weddings, but we were in each other's weddings. I remember yours was on a Friday, right?
It was
after Thanksgiving.
Dean Jones was getting married
Saturday. He hogged up the good spot on Thanksgiving weekend. I really didn't think that Thanksgiving weekend was a big time to get married until you two buckaroos filled up my calendar, man.
And Dean won that one because
did you have a coin flip? Did you discuss or what? I mean, how did that work out?
There was. It was one of those things where, hey, we're thinking about this. We hear you're thinking about that, and
got to be a discussion.
Yes. There were slight adjustments. It was good. It all worked out.
Yeah. Anyway, Dave's rehearsal dinner was on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I do believe, or maybe Tuesday, or maybe Monday. True. I don't know.
Yeah. There's some weirdness happening. Yes.
Okay. We're on a podcast. So anyway, I'm at Butler University, and I write down the lineup for DePaul, thinking that they'll start the same lineup that they did the last game, and they have in the past. Okay.
Sure.
Well, then our other friend, we have two friends. We have other friends. Joe Gentry was doing the book. He was doing the book.
Okay, keeping the book.
He doesn't normally do the book. So he looked at me.
But they trust Joe.
Yeah, they do. They trust him. So I give my lineups to Joe to check.
Always a good
always. If you're I don't care what level you're at, go to the scorekeeper and have them check your lineups before you read them in front of the people, because it gives you confidence.
Yes.
You're not like, oh, did I get that one right? Did I get that one right?
No second guessing at this point.
So anyway, Joe says, no, number 2 will not start. Number 1 will start in number 2's place. And I go, Well, that's not right. And I'm like joking about it. So I pencil in number 1 in the spot that I had number 2.
Okay.
So enough said. Sheet's a little bit disheveled, but it's okay.
Yes.
Well, about 8 minutes before the game, somebody comes over from DePaul, and this is DePaul's lineup.
Okay.
And they say, "Oh, we want to start number 2 instead of number 1." Okay.
The routine.
So then they tell me, then Joe says, "It's number 2, not number 1." Okay. So I'm going, okay, I got a little more room here. I'll write it down. Okay.
Got it.
And there are folks out there that know where this is going, right?
I don't yet, but I'm anticipating a bit.
47 seconds before lights out, I go blackout, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, blah, blah, blah. The refs go over to the coaches for DePaul, and they're starting to talk. And I'm going, I know what they're going to say. So Joe hand motions me. One's back in. One is back in. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, they reversed the reverse and the reverse. It was a triple reverse. I don't know what it was, but anyway, got it in there. It was fine. Just kind of it's a story that I could relate on my podcast.
Dave, it's never get too comfortable.
So now we go to the second half, and this must have been in my mind.
Sure,
it must have been in my mind, and it will tie into Spiro Ditas eventually.
Okay.
So I think there's like 9 minutes left in the game, and we're kind of controlling the game. So it's still competitive. It's still competitive. So they call a foul. And I'm like worried how many foul shots and all this stuff. And I say the foul is on number 2, his 4th. And then the coaches for DePaul said, "No, it's not on number 2. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. Number 2. It's on number 1. It's on number 1. I'm going, are we back to 1 and 2 here? Okay, it's my fault this time. But you started this whole confusion thing in my head." So anyway, the foul is on number 1. Well, the most critical fouls, there's critical fouls, but the 4th one is kind of critical because it changes the way you got to play. And you got 9 minutes left of the game. So I had to watch the replay and watch Spiro Ditas, who is one of the great announcers. This guy could make a tiddlywink game between Dave and I. You would think it was the Olympics. It was like, there's these two tiddlywink. Anyway, we just envision that I really nailed that, okay? So I'm listening to Spiro do the game, and he goes, "Ooh," he didn't say "ooh," he said, "foul called, and it's on number 2. Oh, that's his 4th foul." And Coach Holtman, because of the direness of the moment, is going to keep him in the game with 4 fouls. Slight pause. I know nobody out there is getting this, but anyway. And then there's a slight pause, and I'm thinking somebody is telling him that it's actually on number 1. He goes, "Okay, well, the officials have changed the call." Thank you for not calling me out, calling out the officials. The officials have changed the call to number 1.
That's respect. That's some broadcasting respect there. It can't be Peach.
So
he's been at it too long.
So I did trip up Spiro on that dealio, and I do apologize. It was just one of those things. You try, you got 1 and 1, you got 2 shots, you got number 1, you got number 2, you got fouls and all this stuff, and it can get a little tough up there,
Oh God, there was a lot happening. Dave, I watched that game. The beginning, I was watching on a plane while it was sitting on the ground ready to take off. So I saw the very beginning, and I was texting with our friend Dean, and it wasn't good at that point when I quit watching. And then when it landed, 4 minutes to go, okay. We're okay.
Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at indianarubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you. We got it done, despite the fact that I messed up. But that's probably one of my best bits.
It wasn't
ever
in the paper,
on,
though.
On the,
I will say,
yeah.
No one noted it.
I've got a lyric, and I want you to name the song.
Okay, I hope I don't choke here, Dave.
Okay, here we go. We have talked about this band. We have talked about this song. So it's not something like out of random land here.
Okay, you can hit me, but that's good that we're...
Started out this morning feeling so polite, I always thought a fish could not be caught who didn't bite.
Oh, God, I know this, but I don't know this.
Again, folks out there in podcast and radio land, started out this morning feeling so polite, I always thought a fish could not be caught who didn't bite. And I purposefully did not read that in the cadence of the song. Now, let me read the cadence if you say if you tap out and say
okay.
Started out this morning feeling so polite, I always thought a fish could not be caught who didn't bite. I did the song. Gave you a little hint there at the end. I couldn't get it.
Sky rockets in flight.
Yes.
Ooh,
Afternoon delight.
Yes, Dave. The cadence, Dave. The cadence is everything. It's funny. I was tracking. My brain was going, yeah, you know that. But I couldn't get the cadence. And once you added it, Dave, click.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, my new book, Sorry About the Confusion. Do you ever put that at the end of an email? Have we talked about this before?
Sorry about the confusion.
Sorry about the confusion. We might.
It's a general.
So if that was a redundancy, I'm sorry. Sorry about the confusion.
Sorry about the confusion.
Sorry about the confusion. I think we might have talked about that.
It's a beautiful catch-all.
Let's see. Did you watch all of the new Spinal Tap movie?
I did not watch the entire movie, Dave.
You watched part of it?
Yes. I would say the first half.
What'd you think about it?
Cute, funny. They kind of. I'd say they did it really for the diehards, is what I would say. And it was almost like, they were definitely going to go back and I mean, you can't redo something that the way they did it originally. So it's like they went back to the same themes and then they added like wrinkles or special guest stars. It's kind of.
I got to watch the whole thing. Early on, they do say that I think it was Nigel who won a Holdie award for music on hold. I could see tuxedo people walking around at the Holdie Awards. A Holdie Award. Do people actually stay on hold now? I mean, is that a thing? Do we still call and stay on hold?
I don't do it much. I mean, here's the thing: you do it if you're calling like for a medical appointment.
You wonder if maybe there was a Holdie Award at one point.
There could be something in that zone today.
Definitely have to
the Holdies
to watch the rest. I have a tendency to know a trend before it's going to be a trend, or before something. I don't know how this happens. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how
Peach knows.
I kind of like, huh? I really did. 2 days, we have this college basketball point shaving thing that they have released. So nothing to do with that. But for some reason, 2 days before, I watched the HBO documentary CCNY City Dump about the college basketball point shaving scandal in New York City in 1951 that actually set college basketball back in the Big Apple. And the way they wrote the documentary is like they called it an apple. They took a bit from the apple, and in a way they were kept out of the garden, if you will. How about that? It's like, wow. And then like 2 days later, blammo. Impact of the point shaving scandal on sports coverage in college basketball. I've got a number in mind, 1 to 10, its impact, and I'll ask you for your number. I think we're on safe ground here as far as the coverage of the scandal versus the coverage of current basketball games going on right now.
Well, I would say 1 to 10, the impact of the current legal betting landscape.
I'm talking about college. I'm talking about the TV coverage. The TV coverage, different than its impact on the game. I'm talking about the impact on TV coverage of the sport, and maybe let's throw in fan interest as well.
I would say the first thing is there's not as much sports journalists and sports journalism as there was, say, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So I think how this is covered is reflected in that. Also, ESPN is very much in bed with the DraftKings world or whoever. They have their own system, I believe, of some sort. You can bet.
Let me interject something here. Not only are the networks in partnership with the conferences and want that boat to go out safely, they're in partnership with the gamblers, and they want that craft to sail smoothly.
Yeah. No, this is fraught with potential problems.
So really, now you're down. Now let me say one more thing, and then I'll let you talk. So now we're kind of down to the government being the watchdog of this gambling situation.
In the biggest sense, the NCAA's power.
Now, I know one more thing, David, and I promise I'll let you talk to this. I will say the NCAA and all the universities are very forthright in saying that they prep their players to not do this. So at that end, there is something. But I'm talking about talking right now about journalism and the coverage of it relating to the events. Dave, now I will hang up and listen to your response.
Well, I'd say that the big thing was this is a large scandal, and there are definite, abuse that have been entered into the college basketball landscape as a result. And since, college sports gambling has become as large and embedded into the culture, and I don't know how fans engage with the game. And as a result of that, to me, this should have been more of it should have been reported in a higher look at how quickly what we've discovered as a result of thereof. What I've seen mostly has been just kind of here are the folks and here are the stuff we know. And it was almost like everybody's trying to kind of wrap it up as neatly as possible and not really address. What's happening is these are symptoms that are bubbled up and people have been caught. It originated in China. These guys got away with it. So they wanted to try it here where they could do more of it. I think this is something that we're going to reckon with, and it probably will involve larger stakeholder universities as we move forward. And the reason I believe that's going to happen is at some point the NCAA will have some kind of payment structure in place for nil that has some regard to that. Once that's in place, it will probably then get into, people are going to sue. There's going to be it's going to take legislation eventually to line all this up and keep it the same, because the NCAA is no longer as powerful. All of the larger conferences and the TV networks associated with those conferences have more power than the NCAA. The NCAA has the last jewel in there, which is the basketball tournament. So as long as the basketball tournament stays pure in a way that everybody is good with, they still have a place to have a meaningful role in how this is figured out. But they're not ever going to come down the way they used to. And that you can see that in how this is played out, in that it's not been reported as a large problem that we're seeing. And this is the first results, or the most immediate.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. And, I don't think it should be labored, but, I guess it's tough because, you got to, at the end of the day, you're doing a game for this league and for this entity and you got to keep your day job.
Yes.
Back in the day, going back to Howard Cosell days, Howard never shied away from biting the hand that fed him.
Right. Well, and that was
and that's very rare. That's very rare in these in this day and age.
There are very Well, you look at I can count on one hand. I think. I mean, there are very few broadcasters that do that nowadays. First of all, very few have the power. Right.
Well, and there's so much money involved. They're getting paid exorbitant amounts of money. I mean, they don't want to ruin their gig.
Well, if you think too, if you look at any network, at one time there were probably like 3 people, and that was who was the biggest star of the biggest show, who was the network anchor, and then who was the top sports, broadcaster personality. And those 3 had the power to say what they wanted and get away with it, really. I don't see anybody that even has the power, let alone I don't know, whatever it takes to be that forthright with your employer these days.
We'll see how it plays out. It's not an end of the world situation, and certainly the fans did not stop showing up for college basketball games, and I'm sure that the odds and all that have kept going. One
Dave,
thing,
do you want ESPN? Scott Van Pelt does a segment now, a special segment. I think it's called the Beat Downs or something. Are you familiar with this?
It's called Bad Beats, and
Bad Beats.
I do watch it on occasion.
So, and Dave, do you want to describe the premise? Because when I saw it the first time, I thought, oh, this is a cute one-off. One of the producers put this together. No, Dave, this happens on a nightly basis. And because of how prevalent gambling is the sports story now, we're covering it.
It's called Bad Beats, and an example of a bad beat would be like, let's say that the spread, and I don't gamble, I will say this, but let's say the spread is 8 points, okay?
Yes.
And the team has the ball, and the spread is 8, and they're down 10, okay? And the clock goes down 5, 4, 3, and the kid's like sitting there at half court, and he goes, you know what? I'm just going to throw it with one hand at the basket, and I'm just kind of upset or whatever, and it goes in, okay? Well, and I've even seen one game at Butler. They actually were panned away from the shot. They were showing the coaches shaking hands, unbeknownst to the TV audience. The kid like this kind of threw it up from. So I actually did see this in person, and that covered the spread. That made so they won. They won. Now and that's a bad beat, kind of an unexpected. Maybe a team comes back, maybe a team, if they need one more point, they have, they just can't get it or whatever, but they call it bad beats. And based on what we've heard, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds here, but, bad beats. Okay. I'll just leave it like that. He talks about bad beats. Okay.
And there's enough of those.
Scott Van Pelt, the bald guy with the glasses on ESPN.
It's not like
we're not into the dark web here, okay, folks. We're talking about ESPN, the guy that does the post game show on Monday Night Football, and that's when they do bad beats. Okay, so There we go. We're not.
There's no conspiracy here. It's just I did not know. I guess how prevalent and how prevalent is everybody's betting on everything, so it's prevalent.
Yeah, and one little salvo here before we leave. Some have said, and this is. It's like, okay, well, we need to stop prop bets in college basketball. What pocket of intelligentsia came up with that one? I mean, seriously, maybe we shouldn't be betting on games. I mean, to me, it's all or nothing. I don't. Okay, well, we'll stop prop bets. So they'll stop prop bets, and this becomes kind of like the NFL and the replay official. They're always tinkering with what they're going to replay and what they're going to do. So now we're going to get into the tinkering stage to make it appear that we're doing something.
Yeah. And whether or not what that means and how that plays out, we will see.
Well, that is the latest as far as a point shaving scandal. We've had the 1951. Well, we had the 1919 Black Sox, right?
Right. No, okay, there was a Boston College. There was one in like the 80s,
yeah,
right?
There was a Boston College, and that was a movie. I think that one of those mafia movies.
Henry Hill.
Henry Hill, yeah.
Henry Hill, who was involved in, I'm trying to,
We talked about the CCNY. That was on HBO. And then the recent one with the NBA and the underground poker games.
Yeah. Right. I don't, you're having a mid-level NBA guy sit there to draw in people that you're going to basically let lose.
Kind of the same concept of a celebrity telling me what game I should play on my phone. I've been playing King of the Hill for 8 hours now. You don't need any Wi-Fi. And why are you telling me this? What things are going to happen to me when I start playing this game? Because they're not doing it for their health or my health. They want me to do this for a reason. There's got to be something in it for them and the company and the people that are playing King of the Hill.
Dave, I would think Rob Lowe could afford to pass on some of those gigs. I mean, but I guess not.
No.
And they're not offering to me or you, but come on.
We do on this show recommend that you do everything that a celebrity tells you to do.
Pretty much.
Please.
Don't mess
with Texas, man. Yeah, just keep doing it. Well, Dave, they can find us on CrawfordsvillePodcast.podbean.com. Crawfordsville Peachcast. Crawfordsville Peachcast. It's not the Crawfordsville Podcast. CrawfordsvillePeachcast.podbean.com.
Differentiator. Peachcast people.
Like, share, and subscribe. It's iHeart, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Podbean. I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Until next time, America, thanks for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast.
Thank you for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast. If you enjoyed it, follow the podcast and ring the bell so that way you'll always be up to date with the newest episodes. We'll see you next time.